Now, just imagine, it's not easy. You're 12 years old and one day you go blind for a few days or become paralysed. Doctors eventually diagnose you with a rare condition. You have to cope with a lot of pain and a lot of medication. But most people still don't realise what a daily struggle it is for you to function because there are a few obvious outward signs.
Look at me. What do you see? I tried to ignore all the pain that had come and gone before. It was just us and them. As I said, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it won't exist.
Well, that's the experience of young filmmaker Ashleigh Harley from Herefordshire. She's currently making a film about what she calls her invisible disability and her campaign to have show jumping, which is her passion, recognised as a Paralympic sport. Ashleigh, I'm delighted to say, joins me now. Welcome.
Hi, lovely to see you.
Well, first of all, just tell me what actually happens to you with this condition.
Well, it first presented when I was 12 years old, where I became paralysed for a few days, and I kept being having these attacks for numerous days where I'd be paralysed, sometimes for weeks on end. Now it presents where I become completely unconscious, and they can last for hours, sometimes days. And it's basically caused by a lack of collagen in the body, which is caused by a missing gene in the DNA, and in my case that's caused like a lower segment of the brain to slip, which has caused...
I mean, it must be frightening, and it must have been particularly terrifying when you were 12.
Yeah, I was completely terrified. I had no idea what was going on, and of course you're going through school at that time, and it completely stopped me being able to go to school, so I had to find a new route.
Did you get bullied at school?
I got very badly bullied as a result, because nobody understood the condition, and there just wasn't much empathy for living with my situation.
Well, somehow you've managed to stay very positive and
Yes.
make the best of it, haven't you? How have you done that?
Well, because then going from not being able to be at school, I decided to find a new way, a new path for myself, and that's where I discovered a passion for filmmaking. And then through more recent exploration, being able to find that I can still ride and compete horses and show jumping.
Yeah, I mean, I find that astonishing with your condition, that you dare to go show jumping.
Yeah, it's interesting at times because I have a lot of weakness in my lower legs, so I can pass out, and just getting the horse to move can be difficult. So through combining my two passions with filmmaking and show jumping, I realised that one, wow, there's an amazing film here, and two, nobody has realised that para show jumping is not yet a Paralympic sport.
And you're keen to see that happen.
I really want to see show jumping at the Paralympics someday.
Yeah, and it really is very obvious that this is an invisible disability, isn't it?
Yeah, the only way you can see it is if you look at my x-rays or on an MRI scan. But other than that, you just wouldn't know. And so many people look at me in the day and they think, wow, you look so healthy. And I know a lot of people who I've met since being diagnosed with my illness, that they have the same experiences. Everybody assumes that they're very healthy when actually they're living a life of disability.
Yeah, well, you're very brave. I take my hat off to you, Ashleigh. Thanks for coming to talk to us, and lots of luck.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.